Before I start, I want to say if you enjoy raw, real stories like this, please hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you'd react if you were in my shoes. It began with a text I couldn't ignore. Just 3 words. We need to talk. I stared at my phone in the dim glow of our bedroom, my heart racing. We had been married for 8 years and I thought we were solid. But something about the timing felt off. It was 10:47 p.m. and my husband Jake was still at his office, or so he said. I tried to brush it off, telling myself he was stressed, that maybe this was about work. The first few weeks were subtle. Missed calls I blamed on his hectic schedule. Messages I assumed he sent without thinking. He started staying late at the office more often, sometimes claiming he had last-minute meetings. He smiled at me like everything was normal, but there was a distance in his eyes. A hesitation I couldn't name. First, I questioned myself. Was I being paranoid? Was I overreacting? But there's a difference between intuition and imagination, and my gut whispered truths I didn't want to face. One night, I noticed his phone buzzing under the couch cushion. A name flashed on the screen. A name I didn't recognize. Who's Maria? I asked casually, trying to keep my voice steady. Oh, just someone from work, he said a little too quickly. He smiled, turned away, and walked into the kitchen. That smile, that little curve of his lips like nothing was wrong, felt like a slap. It was in that moment, watching him disappear into another room without a second glance, that I realized something fundamental had changed. The betrayal didn't hit all at once. Trickled in small painful ways. A lipstick-stained coffee cup in the sink. Messages left open on his phone. Laughing at his phone late at night when he thought I was asleep. I started noticing the little lies. How he said he was driving home when he was somewhere else. How he forgot to mention dinner plans. Each lie felt like a crack in a foundation I didn't know was fragile. I tried to confront him gently at first. Jake, can we talk? I feel like you're pulling away. He would nod, reassuring me, but I caught the tension in his jaw, the way his eyes darted to his phone. One evening I followed him just a short drive, and saw him meet someone outside a cafe. He didn't notice me. They hugged, laughed. It wasn't just friendship. My chest tightened as if someone had grabbed it and refused to let go. I wanted to run, to scream, to end it there and then. But I loved him. I loved the man who had held me through storms, who had made me laugh until my ribs ached. And love, I realized, doesn't vanish overnight. It lingers, even when betrayal has planted itself firmly in your life. Then came the confirmation. His phone, left unattended, revealed months of texts, photos, and plans I had no part in. I sat on our bed, shaking, feeling the weight of every shared memory now tainted. The vacations we'd taken together, the late-night talks, the promises whispered under the covers, they all felt like illusions. I read through every message, every excuse, until my vision blurred with tears. When I confronted him finally, there was no denial. I didn't mean for it to happen, he said quietly, avoiding my gaze. His words were soft, but they cut deep. It just did. There was no anger in his eyes, only a strange mix of guilt and relief, as if confessing lifted a burden he had been carrying alone. I felt like I was drowning in disbelief, wondering how someone I had trusted with my entire life could smile, turn away, and choose someone else over me. The days after were the hardest. I replayed every laugh, every hug, every kiss, and wondered which of them were genuine and which were a performance. I vacillated between anger and longing, between the urge to yell and the desire to curl up in silence. I wanted to hate him, but a part of me still remembered the man I fell in love with, the one whose hands had comforted me on sleepless nights, whose voice had soothed my worries. Eventually, I realized that my love for him couldn't outweigh the respect I had for myself. I told him, calmly but firmly, that it was over. He looked at me like I had just spoken a foreign language, and I saw the first real crack of regret in his eyes. I didn't want vengeance, I wanted closure. I wanted to reclaim the parts of myself I had lost while trying to hold on to someone who had already left. The final morning we shared, he smiled, packed his things, and walked out the door. I didn't follow him. I didn't beg. I watched the man I loved disappear from my life, and for the first time I felt a strange kind of peace. It wasn't joy and it wasn't happiness, it was acceptance. I learned that love, even when betrayed, teaches you resilience. That heartbreak, while excruciating, can also remind you of your own worth. and that sometimes the most painful goodbyes are also the ones that set you free. Now, months later, I carry the scars of that love, but I also carry lessons about trust, self-respect, and the courage it takes to let go. I no longer wonder about the man who smiled, turned away, and disappeared. I focus on the life I'm rebuilding one honest day at a time. So if you've ever faced betrayal or are trying to navigate a heartbreak that feels endless, know this. The pain is real, but so is your strength. And sometimes walking away is the bravest, most liberating act of all. Before you go, remember to subscribe for more stories like this, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear how you'd handle someone disappearing from your life, the love, the lies, and the lessons in between.